Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon. The reason we work with the energy of the moon is because the moon really rules how you feel. And so how you feel is your experience. And so working with the energy of the moon in the best possible way gives you the best possible experience in life. And so I just heard needing to create space. Oh, okay. Let's talk about that. I get it. Okay. All right. So, Gemini, this week is a need to create space in your life. And then why? Because the North Node is in your sign. That means the South Node is in Sagittarius. In the South, the nodes are where the eclipses happen. We start out on Monday with an eclipse. It's happening in the South Node. So we just had that major eclipse in your sign 2 weeks ago where you had to do a lot of clearing, but you're not done yet. You still need to clear some space. So South Node is the part of our destiny's path where we let go of stuff to allow the opportunity to learn something new, to grow, especially when, okay, so North Node in Gemini is about following your curiosity, following what you're interested in, allowing that. But in order to do that, you have to let go of long-held beliefs about something. And so that's where the space clearing for you is happening. It's also happening in your 7th house of partnership. So it could be business, it could be personal, but there is some long-held belief about how something is supposed to be in partnerships that is holding you back from realizing your full potential in a relationship. Whether it's that relationship or another relationship, don't know, but there's a need for more space clearing, more allowing energy to come in. Oh my God, you have so many cards that came out. Okay, so let's get into what we have here for the cards. We have, okay, so they kind of came in pairs, so I'm going to look at them that way. So we have the Hierophant with the 3 of Wands. And the Hierophant is that energy of structure and belief systems and where you need to learn things. It is considered the energy of Taurus in the tarot, but it could easily be that energy of needing to release and let go of these hierarchical structures in your life in order to allow yourself to choose your new path. 3 of Wands is lighting up. It is about some creative idea or expansion that you want to do in your life, and it's about oftentimes it's about collaboration. Although on here she is bringing in the energy of the sun into her crystal ball to light her way forward, which makes so much sense with this new moon because it is the conjunction of the sun and the moon, and they're happening right there near the galactic center. This eclipse is happening at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, and it's happening at 23 degrees Sagittarius. The galactic center is 26 degrees. 27 degrees of Sagittarius, and by the time we get to the end of the week on Saturday morning at 2:49 a.m. the moon is in sextile. It's moved on past Sagittarius by that time, but the sun and Mercury, which rules your sign, will be in conjunction with the galactic center. So a very, very big week for you. Very big week for you. And it's about figuring out which structures need to fall so that you can choose your path forward and allowing the sun to light the way up. You also have some kind of a romantic situation here because we have the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups and the 7 of and honestly, the Knight of Cups was in reverse. And I don't usually think about that when I'm doing these, but it kind of feels appropriate when I'm looking at the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles says, where have I been putting my time and my effort, and was it worth the effort? Am I getting a return on my investment? And so a passion project, a relationship, something that you went into with an open heart, something about that you're looking at that going, am I getting what I was expecting to get? And so that may be where you end up finding that you need to do some space clearing, because that felt, I'm going to leave that one in the reverse. It felt very uncomfortable, which was also interesting was the Hierophant was also in reverse. And so I do believe it is about leaving behind the structures so that you can find your way forward on a new path, one that is the you that you are growing into, the you that you are becoming. We should never stop growing and changing, never. And so that looks like a lot going on there. So hopefully you were able to rest up last week. There was a lot of energy expecting us all to just sit down and think and prepare. But if you haven't, take the time now to think about what it is you're willing to release and let go of to create space. There's a need to create space. Oh, okay. So, and I actually just saw somebody clearing out a closet. So physically clearing space helps you to emotionally, mentally, spiritually clear space too. So if you want to do that, you can. I think those. Okay. Okay. Make sure you're taking time for yourself this week. Make sure that you are listening to your higher self. These two came together. It was embracing and stillness. And the embracing, we got fireflies out. So this is in the evening. We got fireflies out in both of them. And they're both white birds. The heron is about a long-awaited change. The swan is also a long-awaited change, right? The ugly duckling. And so this transition, this is the evening of a situation. This is the acknowledging that there was growth and that there was lessons learned, and there's beauty in the ending, right? There's beauty in the ending of the day when we have the sunset. There's beauty in the stillness of the night with the fireflies that light up the way. There's beauty in every moment. So even if it feels really dark and heavy, there's still something to find the joy and the beauty in, and allow yourself to have this transition time, this change. And the thing about a new moon is that it takes 18 months to complete its cycle. And there's a lot of energy of change around 2021, because if you do the numerology, it's a 5, and 5 is about change. 5 is also about the Hierophant, and he was in reverse. So there's a change of a structure, a hierarchical system, a long-held belief. It could be around religion, or it could be around work. It could be around anything, because like military is very hierarchical. There's a lot of things like that, but there's this need to release and let go of. And in the stillness, in the darkness, you have wonder. And this is a crystal that's grows in the center of the earth. So there's this need to be grounded. There's this need to pull your energy within, and there's a need for you to look for the beauty within you, to allow yourself to tap into your own inner knowingness and find the wonder and the beauty of you. Because that crystal in the darkness is still reflecting out the energy and the light within. And again, pulling the energy in to reflect it out. So there is a big shift and a big change happening for you. And that is to be expected when the node is in your, and then especially when you're on the nodal axis. So whether the North Node is in Sagittarius or in Gemini, you feel the effects of it if you are Gemini or Sagittarius. So big change is happening. Big releasing to allow space for new to come in. And this is about deciding where you want to go next. We have Aquarius moving into, we've got Saturn moving into Aquarius. And Jupiter and Saturn, they conjunct every like 20 years. And I want to say since the mid 1800s, they've been conjuncting in earth signs. And that was the age of Industrial Revolution. Now they're going to start conjuncting for the next, 100 years in air signs. And so it's going to be about the communication revolution. And Gemini, you're all about that. And it seems so appropriate to me that here we are as they are making this transition, that their north node at that time is in an air sign that is about being curious, about exploring, about seeing where we go next. This is really powerful stuff. And so what are you feeling inside? What are you curious about? What do you want to do next? And what do you need to jettison out, let go of, release, so that when you hit that stride of those unlimited possibilities, it's not weighing you down, holding you back. It is time to release the anchors and let them go and allow yourself to sail. But it's not like sailing across the water. It is like sailing in a spaceship is what I'm seeing. It's so cool. It looks like one of those great big old schooners or something, but it is definitely in outer space. It is very cool. Okay. Okay. Yes. So, releasing the romantic situation that is not working for you so that you can flip the sucker upright, because you have a new romantic cycle begins. In order to have a beginning, there has to be an ending. In order for there to be a beginning, there has to be an ending. But it's Libra, and this is about balance. This is about finding a relationship in which you are in balance with yourself and in balance with the partner. This is about pulling in a soulmate relationship that is of equal stature and not one where someone is trying to teach the other person something, whether they know they're doing that or not. We all learn lessons from each other. Pretty exciting. On Monday night at 10:35 p.m., the moon's going to move into Capricorn. Tuesday, there's more energy about going deep within. We got Venus in Scorpio having a really nice conversation with Pluto that rules Scorpio over there in Capricorn about what it is that you really want to make a difference in. What do you want to change? What is your heartfelt energy about this? And we've got Chiron in Aries, and that's squaring off with the moon over there in Capricorn. And so it's like, ooh, that hurt, and I don't want to do that again. And so I want to transform whatever that is. And so it's just more of this part of this recognizing what your growth is. But what's really cool is that on Thursday, while the moon is still in Capricorn, you know, as you're realizing what it is that you want and the structures, this is about being willing to accept the help and the guidance from Spirit, because then we have the moon going to conjunct with, okay, so Venus just had her conversation with Pluto, and they were getting straight on, you know, what was really important. And then here comes the moon, and Pluto says, here's how do you feel about this conversation? You know, and what do you want to transform to make it different? And then the moon moves on and talks to Jupiter, and Jupiter goes, how can we expand things in your life? And then the moon is going to move forward, and when the moon gets into Aquarius, Saturn has already moved into Aquarius like minutes before. And so then, as like an hour and a half, I guess, and then as soon as the moon makes its way into Aquarius, then they start talking about what is the plan. And with the moon in Aquarius, that's so great energy for a Gemini. That is very analytical planning about what it is that you feel that is so important. And this is where you really start making a plan that could really work for you. And so, yeah, I have a feeling this is about love. And relationships and choosing what's important, because the South Node, the letting go, is in your partnership. And then the card that came out for this whole planning arena is you have Deer, and it says love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. And so this is having grace for yourself while you release and let go of a cycle that was not working. It was not working for you. In order to bring this new romantic cycle, you have to let something go. And it feels like there's societal pressures around you to not let it go, but it's keeping you from being the very best version of yourself and to moving toward your destiny. And the destiny should be joy and creativity. And so allow yourself to move forward. Pull up the anchor. Pull up the anchor and let yourself go. So now we've got the moon in Aquarius on Thursday morning, 1:27 a.m., 1:28, starts talking to Saturn, moves on past that, goes through a bunch of conversations, starts talking to Venus, and then it talks to Chiron, and then it talks to Uranus over there in Taurus. And so they're all talking about what can we do, how can we change this, what do we need, what do we want, what do we really believe, and so this is an opportunity for growth for you. And this growth begins with you loving yourself. In order to move into a new romantic cycle, you have to love yourself. Like, if you want this to be something that really works for you, allow yourself to say, okay, so I screw some stuff up. Have grace for that. Love and accept all the parts of you. And that allows you to be in a higher vibrational energy, which attracts in people who also will love and accept all the parts of you because they've learned how to love and accept all the parts of them. And in turn, you will be able to do the same for them. And then you have that relationship that comes out to be very balanced. That's what you're looking for, right? Okay, so, and don't forget, pretty soon that moon is going to be conjunct with the sun and Mercury at the galactic center. So there is, not conjunct, it'll be in sextile, which is a really nice angle. So that happens, again, early Saturday morning, 2:49 a.m., and then the moon is going to move into Pisces at 7:39. So it's in the later degrees, but it's getting there. Polarity, it's accepting and loving the shadow and the light of yourself. And it says, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. So this always makes me think of Flat Stanley. Flat Stanley just laying there flat. Did your kids ever do this? And they sent Flat Stanley around and they took all pictures of stuff, but he was flat. If you want to have a 3D version of yourself, you need to have shadows and light. When you're doing a drawing, you have to have the shadow to bring it to life, to bring it into form. And so if you don't have if you're perfect, then you're just Flat Stanley. I mean, what can he do? He's propped up in a window of a car or something. To actually experience life, you have to be able to move. You have to have depth. You have to have more parts to you, and the things that you think are shadows are actually the things that probably make you most beautiful, because those shadows, when you recognize them and you accept them and you love them, then you can transform them, and then they become a part of your soul that's beautiful. And so loving and accepting all the parts of you, because the other card that came out is delight. And again, what are you here for? But to be joyful and to create. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. And I don't know if you could see that, but there's a big dandelion puff there. Like, make a wish and blow on it and send those dreams and goals and hopes out into the universe, and then take that first step. And I really believe that first step for you, Gemini, is creating space by releasing whatever it is that's confining you, whether it is a relationship or an attitude about relationships or an attitude about yourself, and filling yourself up with self-love. When you love yourself enough that you go, I do not accept that crap anymore, now you're talking. Now you're moving forward. Now you're becoming 3D. On your way to 5D. Nice. You're not Flat Stanley anymore, right? So let's do this. Let's grow. Let's change. Let's allow this to come in. And count your blessings, right? The universe is just pouring them down if you open up and you look around for them. Very cool energy. So the moon moves into Pisces at 7:39 a.m. and then Jupiter comes in just half an hour later into Aquarius, and so Um, they're out of Capricorn. Things are gonna start picking up speed once Mars gets out of shadow. I want to say like the 5th, maybe the 9th. I think it's like the 5th of January. So, things will start moving forward again. So now is a really good time to let go of what you can and spend this time healing and loving yourself so you can start taking more steps forward when you get there. So, with that moon in Pisces, we also have Mercury moving into Capricorn on Sunday. Mercury in Capricorn rules you, right? And so that is not a really great angle. It's kind of like an annoying angle for Gemini, but on the other hand, it is the reminder you have to have a plan, because pretty soon, as Mercury works its way through there over the next few weeks, it's going to come into contact with Pluto, and Pluto's going to be like, what are you trying to transform here? How are you doing this? And then when Mercury gets into Aquarius, gets to talk to Saturn, who wants to know what the plan is, and then moves past that to be able to expand. And so this is the energy that's coming towards you over the next few months. But it starts with you traveling lightly, with you being willing to say, hey, that situation wasn't bringing me what I want, and I'm willing to release it and let it go. I'm willing to shine a light, bring the light in and shine it on what it is I truly want. And so you're being asked to be insightful and established. Ground and rebalance your energy. Bring your awareness into the now rather than allowing it to occupy the past or the future. So this is healing. This is letting go, recognizing that doesn't work. Whatever your reasons were for getting into whatever that relationship or whatever was in the past, there were good reasons for it. And so say, okay, but I learned from it, and now I'm moving forward and I'm moving on, and you have back on task. Get back on task. This is one of those luminescent beings that lives way down in the deep of the water, and they create their own light. Bringing the light within and letting it shine out. Well, the light is within them and it shines out. So it says back on task. Be sure you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. You have a few weeks coming up here before things start picking up pace. It is a great time to do the planning. Put the stuff on paper. Make your New Year's resolution, whatever it is that drives you to do this, right? Because there is a path moving forward. And there are steps. It's a big, long ladder. And like I said, it takes about 18 months. At least I hope I said. It takes about 18 months for the new moon cycle to complete itself. And that north node is going to be in Gemini for another 12 months here. So this is a long cycle. And it requires careful planning and steps. And you don't have to look too far to the future. What can you do right now? Have a general idea of where you're going. Well, first, what you want to do is let go of what's not working, because you love yourself, because you understand you are not perfect and it shouldn't matter. In fact, it's part of what makes you special. Okay, you have hematite. Hematite's a really beautiful, shiny, silvery stone. I don't see it here, so I must have it someplace else. Anyways, it says, it is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness. I can find inner peace. So Gemini, for you, this is important, right? It is easy. This is what you say. It is easy for me to quiet my mind and maintain awareness, because sometimes that little monkey brain gets going, right? And so that is 2 cards that have said to pull your energy in and be aware of where you are right now. Not running all over in your head. Stay focused. Get back on task. What are you doing right now? So calm hyperactivity, stay grounded and focused, repel negative thought energy, release annoyance and distraction, encourage inner peace and a quiet mind, and then you have turquoise. And so the importance of being where you are right now becomes highlighted by this beautiful turquoise. So it says, I am always in the right place at the right time with the right people in the right situations. It doesn't say that, but I do. So here's the thing. If you are present, if you are aware of where you are right now, you can recognize that you are in the right place at the right time with the right people. You can take advantage of those situations that the divine is placing there, right? It's that acceptance of the divine help and the divine guidance, but you got to have situational awareness of them. So how do you do that? You release the past and the things that don't work. You have a general idea of what direction you're going in. You're going in an area that cures, but you're focusing on healing, self-love, and believing in yourself. So it says improve timing, increase the occurrence of synchronistic opportunities, be inspired with creative ideas, develop understanding of various cultures and spiritual philosophies, whatever. It is about being connected to knowing that where you are right now, there is rich with opportunities. It is rich with opportunities for you to find the delight in life. So, to be insightful and established, where you are right now, like these creatures are right where they are. The coral, and as stuff floats by, that feeds them. They pull it in, right? They're not moving around. They're stationary. They are where they are right now, and opportunities come to them, and that's where you're at right now. The need to be, this Three of Wands, she's sitting there and the light is coming to her. And I don't know, you can almost not see it, but there is a little lion right there. It's not a very big lion, it's a lioness. And so that's, to me, feels like courage that's growing. So in the stillness, in this quiet, it's like growing the courage that you need and the strength you need in order to take the next step, but be where you are right now and allow for the healing. All right. I think I totally forgot to tell you I do Moon Day Night Live. It's tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. We pull cards. We're going to pull cards on this eclipse energy and for each sign. And then I take questions. I cut it off at 9 o'clock because I turn into a pumpkin. So that gives us about 30 to 40 minutes to chat and answer questions and pull cards for the individuals that are there. So I hope you can join us. It's been a lot of fun, and I would love to connect with you. All right, you guys take really good care. You have this really impressive opportunity to find yourself and fall in love with yourself so that you can attract in that beautiful, balanced relationship. All right? All right, you guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.